Good afternoon, and thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Celia Davies, and I'm the Director of PhotoWorks and the Brighton Photo Biennial. This year is actually the 7th edition of the Brighton Photo Biennial, and as you may know, every year we take a theme. And this year it's around exploring identity and representation. And as part of that, it gives us an opportunity to explore subjects including sexuality and gender, the body, and the politics of style. And so today's event is very much central to that type of discussion, actually. And I'm really delighted that we've been able to partner with Carousel, an LGBT switchboard, and also Eyes Wide Open Cinema to stage this event with our artists today. So I'd like to welcome and thank, actually in advance, Matthew Hellett and Matthew Kennedy, who've agreed to talk to us today about their experience of their own work, but also how they make their own approaches to identity within that as well. I'm very, very briefly just going to do very brief bios on you, if that's okay. I always find it strange when people are sitting right next to you, so bear with me. Matthew, you've been a member of the Oska Bright Film Festival team since 2006.
Yeah, 10 years, yeah.
Quite a while.
Yeah, quite a while, yeah.
And you sit in the legacy team for Creative Minds as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's all about quality and disability-led art, yeah.
Fantastic. And I guess that's also about the relationship with the wider world as well, isn't it? There's a big connection thing there.
Yeah, not just us in the UK, but the wider world.
And you're also part of the Guiding Lights menteeship as well? What's that?
Yeah. So yeah, Guiding Lights is a fantastic opportunity for myself and my other friend, Becky, and it's going to be really empowering, really good to get our roles at Oska Bright Film Festival taken much more seriously. So yeah.
Brilliant, okay.
Yeah.
You can talk more about that in a moment if you like as well.
Okay.
And then Matthew, you describe yourself as a self-taught DIY artist, filmmaker, writer.
No, it's very self-grandising.
And Matthew's joined us today from Glasgow, where you live. And your films focus on obviously the experimental LGBTQIA+.
Yeah, it's a bit politicised, but...
Yes, and learning disability subjects obviously is part of your practice. And you also do a blog.
Yep, it's for any people that are interested. It's called Diary of a Lost Person. I actually got it from the inspiration for the name of the blog came from a Louise Brooks film.
Oh, right, okay.
Diary of a Lost Girl, so that's a bit of a film buff thing. Yeah, basically the blog, I basically wanted to start it because I felt so frustrated that there wasn't enough sort of knowledge around learning disability culture from a learning disabled artist. And I felt, I just was like, I've had enough of this. There really needs to be more representation for people like us, and me and Matthew. And I just felt so frustrated, so, yeah.
And where can people find that blog on your website?
Just Tumblr.
Okay.
Tumblr, Diary of a Lost Person, and it's all joined together, lower caps, so just if you want to search it. So.
Great stuff. So the format for this afternoon is you're both in a moment going to do a very brief introduction to your practice, and then we're going to have a number of short films by each of the artists. And then after that, Matthew and Matthew are going to do an in-conversation together, and then we can open it out to the audience. So who's going to start?
I'm just going to say very briefly.
Okay, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm Matthew Kennedy. I'm an artist and filmmaker, and I'm based in Glasgow. I've done 3 short films so far, my most recent one being Versions, which has been, I think its last screening was in London at the BOC Festival by Heart and Soul, who I want to give a big shout out to because they are a learning disability arts organisation based in London. So yeah, big shout out to the Learning Disability Arts Orgs and Carousel obviously, and Oska Bright who've put on this event. So yeah, big shout out to the Learning Disability Arts Orgs because they carve out space for us, for people like me and Matthew, and it's really, really needed. So, yeah, big shout out to them.
Great. Matthew? Do a short intro?
Yeah, short intro.
Sure. So I've made about 5 films now, and 2 about my yeah, but my identity and the other two are just completely different. But yeah,
Great stuff.
I think that's all I want to say. Yeah, it'd be really great. Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you. Hello, stranger.
Hiya.
So shall we begin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's begin. Yeah.
Yeah. First questions for you.
Oh yeah. So Matthew, how did we meet?
Well, it was last year at the Oska Bright Film Festival in November. And yeah, it was my first time at the festival. And yeah, it was, I don't know, I kind of came away from the festival really overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God, this is a space not just for me, but it kind of felt like that. I'm like, oh my God, there's a space that's been created for me and you to carve out space for ourselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, meeting you was like a highlight for me personally. Like really, and I do mean that, I really do.
Yeah,
Like it was
the
like,
same for me, meeting you was...
Yeah, it was really, really good. And it made me feel, meeting you, it made me feel less alone. It made me feel less isolated, because I kind of thought, well, I know LGBT...
I felt the same at the end of the day before we could come back to work on the festival next day.
Yeah. No, but it felt like, because I didn't know specifically any LGBT or queer folks with learning disabilities. So meeting, you were actually the first LGBT person with a learning disability that I met. So that was a big highlight for me. And and you looked fabulous on the awards ceremony night as Mrs. Sparkle.
I surprised everybody, didn't I? Dressed up as Mrs. Sparkle a bit to surprise everybody. Anyway.
Bit of the razzle dazzle, yeah. Right. Next questions from me. How long have you been working on the Oska Bright Film Festival?
For 10 years now.
And do you feel that being a part of the film festival has given you some form of empowerment to carve out your space as a learning disabled creative or artist? Do you feel that when you've been working on the festival? We work hard, and there's lots of debates when choosing films, and if we get enough money going to do some on the roads, which it's been a lot of divided opinion, but we all get on really well as a team now. We're called the Oska Bright team, which is really good, which is better, because it means that we're working together. I think we made that decision last year, in 15. Well, you're a total badass.
Yeah.
Not just you, but the whole committee team are just a total bunch of badasses, just personally speaking, you know. I just think that, why not? You know what I mean? These are people that are working so hard to create space, as I've said, for myself and Matthew, to carve out space for us, because we don't have a culture really much. It's kind of invisibilised. I'll actually get into that a little bit later, but next question. Question for you. Well, for you, for me.
When did you start making films, and why?
About 3 years ago, I'd say. 2013 I started. It was the summer of 2013, late summer. I basically decided one day just to go down to my local Toys R Us and get a kid's camcorder for like 20 quid. Because I literally had just graduated from college and I had like £100 in my student loan left. So I was like, right, how do I go about this? Do I just spend it on junk food, or do I actually spend it on something that will be meaningful to me in the longevity? So I decided, kids camcorder from Toys R Us it is. And I actually made that camcorder made my first 2 short films. So basically get off your backside and do it yourself. Don't wait for anybody. DIY.
Yeah.
Well, DIY true. Or die, they say. I know I'm trying to be rad, but it's not really coming off. Oh well. Next question for you, Matthew. Same question to you. When did you start making films and why?
Well, I felt there was something missing in my life, really. And I saw, just was out one day with a support worker and thought, I really would just love to make a film. So my first one, which was 10 years ago, it was called Cook with Matthew, a bit of a spoof on me cooking, what a laugh. And if you've seen it on YouTube or Vimeo, you would have to, anyway, it's better off if you see it.
Gain Fanny Craddock around.
Yeah.
Delia,
give that woman
Delia Smith, eat your heart out.
Give her.
Right. Next question.
Me. Yeah. There's a difference in age between us two. I came out in the 90s. How was this different for you?
Well, first of all, completely different time frames, because obviously, as you said, you came out in the 90s. I came out in 2007. I was 16. And just the sort of generational divide, really. Just a totally different time. Not just a totally different time, but different place, because obviously you're from Brighton, I'm from Glasgow, so it's totally different cities. I mean, I would like to think that Brighton is a bit more, obviously it's a bit more liberal with the sort of LGBT community. I mean, not to say, I don't want to badmouth Glasgow. I think Glasgow, it is quite a small LGBT community that we have there, but it's getting there. I'll definitely say that. I just think that with you, I'm not saying that you probably have had it better, but I just think, like, geographically speaking, Brighton is more accepting. But yeah, two totally different generational aspects. So, Right. What things influenced you growing up?
It was mainly music videos in the 80s, so it was a bit of Human League, but mainly Erasure and I like Boy George and the Culture Club. I just like the way he could just totally be himself, and since he's gone on from that, he's just.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Boy George was kind of one of the originators.
Yeah,
kind of
he
expressing
was.
yourself through whatever means it was, through your makeup, your hair, down to your toes. Really, So yeah.
Yeah, so he kind of led the way in some type of. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Oh, make sure.
Come on. Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Has film making helped you find your identity?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've got some prompts here. Basically, last year, September, I don't know if anyone, actually, can I have a show of hands? Has anyone heard of the Scottish Queer International Film Festival? Well, 3 people, that's good.
3 people.
No, I just wanted to make sure that anyone had heard. I had taken part in their inaugural festival last year. I took part in a Fabulous Femmes panel in screening. What is Femme anyway? The first film that was shown. They had shown that film as part of the panel and screening. And Bird La Bird was part of the panel. She's a queer femme performance artiste. But yeah, she was bloody brilliant. And Leanne Dawson, who also identifies as femme, she was the moderator of the discussion. It was actually my very first panel discussion, so I was cacking it, to say the least. I was like, oh no, what have I signed up for? And so yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Squiff, particularly one of the co-coordinators, Helen Wright. She's a total badass, and yeah, hats off to Helen. Also, Oska Bright, I want to give a big shout out to them because, yet again, carving out space for me. I presented the video art strand last year as part of the festival, and I kind of went on a bit of a rant. I forgot what it was about. I remember signing off with "Give 'em hell," and that was it. So I was like, "Aye, give 'em hell." So yeah, big shout outs to the organisations. Right, next question is for Matthew. Right, same question to you, Matthew. Has filmmaking helped you find your identity?
Yeah, it was not easy, but yes, it did. I mean, it was like, along with being asked almost 9 years ago to host the Blue Camel Club, and but a lot of people warmed to me after a while. But it has, I think, especially after my first film you saw, I think, with the funding of Southeast Dance, which was actually a brilliant experience, an opportunity to get out there.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy at all.
No, but you did it though, you did it, and I'm so proud of you.
Okay.
Yeah, you did it. I know, I'm sorry, I'm kind of gushing a little bit, but I'm so proud of you. I really, really am, and I love the black and white one because it's.
Yeah.
I like
the black and white one. I haven't seen that for a while.
Really.
It really
is, and it kind of.
It is, isn't it?
It kind of makes you want to cry. I watch it sometimes, and I'm like, oh my god, don't cry, because it really is though, and it really kind of it makes you think, oh, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's just it kind of really positive emotions, but it kind of does kind of
connect every part of you, doesn't it? Yeah. Do you feel marginalised? Do you think there are opportunities for us, or do you think there's things missing in society?
Right. I've got a few things to say about this, and I really, really want to say them because I think it's important, and because I've got the space now. So yeah, I'm going to give it a good bash. Yeah, I feel marginalised. I feel marginalised in terms of culture. Learning disability culture is invisible, even within the LGBT community. I feel personally for us, because you don't really hear many stories or narratives around LGBT folks with learning disabilities, particularly within the art world.
Don't at all. Not with people with learning disabilities and not gay at all. Feel quite marginalised in society, and it's difficult for us to get our work out in. That feels yeah.
I also feel marginalised in terms of history. There doesn't seem to be much information or research around LGBT learning disabled narratives or stories within the arts community or in general, and that makes me feel frustrated. I think that's when we have to start creating our own narratives and stories as LGBT learning disabled folks, because we can't wait for the mainstream to do it for us. We can't.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm no sitting about waiting for someone to be like, oh, here's a state-of-the-art camcorder. No, sorry. I'm getting off my butt and going down to Toys R Us and getting myself a 20 quid camcorder, and I've done that. So, yeah, sorry about the ranting, but it has to be said.
No, but sometimes you have to have a little rant.
It's like, no.
I do it all the time when my family tell me to shut up. Okay. No, I'm not going to.
It's good for the hell.
It's good.
It's good for the hell.
It is good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good to have a little rant. It's really good. It really is good.
Well, I'm Glaswegian, so you know what I mean. I know it's a stereotype for moments in time that we Glaswegians are ranty, but I don't care. All right. Value. I feel a lot of the times we're put in these boxes just so that we cannot aspire to higher goals in life. I feel that our value as people with learning disabilities is linked to the ability barriers. The ability barriers play a big part in how I and you navigate society as learning disabled artists. I think that is so true. I think the ability barriers have a lot to do with, oh, well, you can do this, but you might not be able to do that. So we're going to take that from you and keep it from you. But it's great that Oska Bright and other organisations like Heart and Soul are giving us space and carving out space for us, because it's important. And actually, speaking of Heart and Soul, I've got a quote here from Tilly Milburn, who's a performance artist as part of the organisation. Maybe we give things to society that you can't put a price on. And I think that's such a brilliant quote. And I have a lot of time for Tilly. I think she's bloody brilliant. And the last one is community. Because being LGBT and learning disabled is such a specific identity, there's not really many spaces for us as artists to carve out or be a part of. I feel really lucky to have met you, Matthew, because I feel that it's a rare occurrence for LGBT learning disabled folks to meet in art spaces. as a community, we need to uplift each other, and we can't forget that.
No, we can't.
We uplift
we
each
can't,
other.
Yeah.
We uplift each other. And we need to support one another, and we're doing just exactly that. Through that support, nobody can throw us under the bus. Nobody can throw our culture under the bus, because we've already met each other.
Yeah.
And because we both recognise that we have that power through appreciation and support we have for one another, it's a beautiful thing. And I totally just appreciate you and respect you. I really do, and I know I'm being gushy, and I know I'm being...
No,
it really
no
is.
harm in being gushy. I feel
getting really a bit emotional.
Well, it's
but
been
it is,
such
and
a
I'm
privilege
just,
meeting you last year.
It really is. It's just...
Such a lot has
I'm
come
going to
out.
stop now, because I'm getting really emotional, and I don't want to... yeah, I'm going to stop. Next question. That's for you. Would you consider Mrs. Sparkle an LGBT film? Where's it been shown?
Yes, I would consider it as an LGBT film. Yeah, because it's about myself and my identity. It's been shown at Picture This, which is a disability film festival in Canada. I think some while ago, I can't remember. It might have been shown at Oska Bright. I can't remember. Shouldn't say it, but no. And then once the Eyes Wide Open, it was shown at a small. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good. Getting about.
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
I know it isn't easy, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we?
We're getting there,
We've got to.
Definitely.
We've got to. So, I come from quite a big family. What kind of family do you come from, and did they help you find your identity?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I particularly come from a family of strong women. Unfortunately, I didn't really have a male influence because my father passed away when I was very, very young. But my mum, she's right in front of me, and she's just, yet again, total badass, a total warrior. I'm going to be totally biased, of course, you know what I mean? You're my mum, you know what I mean? But yeah, total warrior, and she didn't take anybody's crap, really. And I love you for that, and just, God, I'm getting quite emotional again. Just thank you for allowing me to shine. Like, really, thank you. Thank you. I really mean that. Thank you. I also want to thank Manny Christine. She sadly passed away. Sorry. She passed away about 10 years ago. And she was a total punk. She was like the punk of the family. She would like have both sides of her head shaved in and the back shaved in, and she'd just have this massive hair, and she'd crimp it. And she would like wear these like mohair jumpers and like black netted mesh skirts with like fairies over them, and like her leggings and her cherry red Doc Martens, which they were amazing. And yeah, basically it was through her that I actually found my sort of first dose of like queer culture. I remember I was about 5 or 6, and she showed me Calamity Jane with Doris Day, and it was the first time that I saw a drag queen in a film. I was like obviously as a 5-year-old I didn't think that, but as a 22-year-old looking back, I'm like, that's such a queer film. It's such a queer film, like this butch woman that kind of, you know, disguises herself as butch, and it was kind of the first time that I'd found out about like gender roles and sort of like gender stereotypes, if you could put it that sense. But yeah, yeah, definite big influence. Right. How did drag come about for you? And is there anyone who's influenced Mrs. Sparkle?
I think I said a little bit ago, I can't remember. I think it started with Arson Toast, the Blue Camel Club in our old venue at the old market, and I like the film Cabaret, the theatre production of Cabaret, because there's a lot of drag queens, or not on that film, but theatre, but on another one, and I like Boy George and Erasure really, because it's just about being yourself, which it's just so not easy back then for me,
definitely, but that's how you found your culture for LGBT identities. That's how you found that, and that's so important. You know, you need to find your figures that influence you as a person through the LGBT community. Because if you don't find your figures, where else are you going to find them? Where else are you going to find them? Because the media is one of the most influential things, whether it's the mainstream or the more independent side. So, yeah, more power to you.
Yeah. How did your identity as femme come about?
Okay. I was either 21 or 22, early 20s anyway, when I found it. I was in my last year of college, and basically, I kind of policed myself when I was at college. I didn't really wear any flamboyant clothes. I mean, I wore skinny jeans instead of leggings or tights, and I would wear like maybe sort of my rainbow jumper from Topshop that I got, you know, just to sort of give that little bit of flamboyancy, but not too much, because I didn't want people thinking, oh God, what's this all about? But I didn't really care. I don't know if... there's my collage, actually.
It's fantastic. I love the use of colours you use there.
No, that's me literally. Actually, the collage that you just saw there, that was shown at an LGBT group art exhibition 3 years ago at the I Am Art exhibition at the Virginia Gallery in Glasgow. It was actually one of the first times that I actually did work as an artist, so I was petrified. But yeah, really liberating. And actually there's also a photograph as well of me. It was kind of like in my baby femme stage, as I like to call it. And I'm wearing like a trilby hat, oh my God. Got good legs though. Actually, no, I'm going to be a bit big-headed and say, yeah, good legs. Right, next question.
I think this might be for both of us.
Well, I'll ask first, because you...
Okay.
This is a question for both of us. What do you want people to get out of your films, and why do you make them?
Oh, do you know, nobody's asked me this. It's such a privilege to be asked. But why do I want people to see them, and what do I... it's all about my identity, and after I came out. It's just about self-expression and what it means for me as an artist, really.
Yeah, probably the same as you. Have you got something else to say?
No.
Oh, right. No, I was just wondering if you had. I suppose it's what you've just said, and really to let people know that I exist within the identities that I've mentioned, and that, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying for the long run, and that hopefully
That's what I felt as well.
Yeah. And with our films being shown, hopefully a wee bit more, it will let us carve out space for ourselves as LGBT learning disabled artists.
Artists that we are, and let us shine as people.
Well, I hope that's the end goal anyway. Really.
It is the goal, don't let any people put us,
Now we've got a little bit of time to sort of take questions from the audience.
So going to be a collaboration in the future? I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah. I was actually going to say that, actually, but my mum kind of beat me to the punch, I'd definitely be up for that.
Yeah, I'll be up for that, totally. Totally,
No, seriously, actually, we kind of definitely need to do it now that this event's done.
We need to do it,
No, I'd totally be up for that. Matthew and Matthew.
Going to be a collaboration in the future?
A collaboration in the future between
it has to happen.
Matthew and myself.
It has to happen now that this event's happened, really. can't really sweep it under the carpet.
No, you
like
can't
that.
sweep it under the carpet. Don't let the baby put. No, you can't. No, no. Anyway, no, you can't.
Are you working on any projects currently? Any pieces of work?
Technically, well, I suppose I could say yes. I mean, it's kind of, well, I'm kind of in the research stages, so I don't really want to give too much away, but I'm working on something, but it's in the research stages at the moment. What about you, Matthew? Are you working on anything?
Yeah, I was telling Lizzie and Kitty earlier, I'm working, I haven't really said much, but because I don't like to boost, but I'm working on an animation film. I've never made an animation, and yeah. Let's say it's it's all, I've storyboarded it, and so it's almost ready to shoot, and it involves Mrs. Sparkle in the little anyway.
I'm going to be on the seat of my pants, waiting for it. Like.
Yeah. So.
Thank you guys so much. The films are amazing, and thank you for sharing about yourselves, about your and there were so many moments where I just went like, woo! I felt like now I've done it, so I had to wait till the end to do that. I have a question about your influences. I know you kind of touched on that. It's a question for both of you. But Matthew Kennedy, your versions I thought was fantastic.
Thank you.
Collaging.
Yeah.
And it made me think of the artist Hannah Howell.
I love Hannah Hawk.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hannah Hawk.
yes.
Okay.
You guys
Sorry.
talked a bit-
Excited,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, just the way that she fragments the form and this kind of, it was like you're putting parts back together and it's just mesmerising. So when you you both individually.
Well, actually, it's funnily enough that you've mentioned Hannah Hawk, because in a sense, well, I suppose in a sense she was quite queer. She was like a queer feminist artist. And saying that, a lot of like the, not necessarily film influences, but sort of visual art influences. Hannah Hawk, actually quite a lot of female artists, no male, not I'm saying that I haven't been influenced by male artists, but it's mainly female artists. Hannah Hawk, you've mentioned, Claude Cahun. Yeah. Claude Cahun, oh, you should check her up, man.
I should
No,
check
really,
her out.
check her up.
I will, yeah.
Amazing.
So,
Sorry. Linda Sterling, she's a collage artist. She's part of a band called Ludus, but not that that's relevant. But yeah, she does a lot of collage, and she's feminist. She's not, I don't think she identifies as queer, but she's definitely a feminist artist, and she basically kind of uses influences between men's magazines and women's magazines to sort of shape out her collages. And another artist that I'm kind of influenced by, she did some collages, Toyen, who's like a Czech, she's from like a Czech artist, I think, from the Czech Republic. Well, yeah, that's me anyway. What about you, Matthew? What are any more influences?
Can't think of any at the top of my head, but I'm sure there are people out there that there is, but none at the top of my head. Yeah.
Well, I could layer more. As a filmmaker, I'm influenced by, like, I'm not influenced by people who, in the way I've made my films, but I've been influenced by people actually I'm not articulating this properly.
Yes.
Yeah, basically I've been influenced by filmmakers who made me want to become a filmmaker, not necessarily that they've influenced my work, but they made me want to become a filmmaker. People like Kenneth Anger, Barbara Hammer, Maya Deren, Margaret Tate, Vivian Dick. Yeah, quite a lot of female directors yet again, except for the one male director. But Kenneth Anger, he's kind of like he is kind of the exception, really, and he's queer as well. So, sorry, just had to say it.
No, you have to say.
I know,
You
but
have to say.
and actually you too. I think you've been a bit of an influence. So yeah. Any more questions?
I was wondering if you could and also you, Matthew Hellett, looking to move into animation, what the differences in those creative processes are, the filmmaking processes, what appeals to you about it?
Well, you can go first because I've already spoken.
So what was the question? Sorry.
What appeals to you about animation as a medium? And what
Because I haven't made one before, and I'm making it independently as an artist, and it's yeah.
Actually, can I ask the question again? What was the question?
I was just asking about maybe what inspired you to.
Oh, what the transition was?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, my first 2 films were made with the Toys R Us camcorder that I got, and basically I didn't really get much help from. Well, I did get help. My twin brother, Andrew, he did the camera work, because basically, as I said, I didn't have many resources at the time. I didn't have any artists or arts organisations backing me. Not that I didn't really know much, because I wasn't really sort of, I don't know, art savvy. I know I'm being a bit pedantic with that, but yeah, I didn't have many resources, so I was just like, to hell with it, get off your backside, start filming. Doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't need to be polished, just get it done, because that's the DIY sort of aesthetic. And my transition from those 2 films to the other film versions that you're talking about with the collage and the stop motion, that was done in collaboration with Projectability, who I want to give a big shout out to.
Yeah, they're a brilliant organisation. I've had the
brilliant.
privilege of going there myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a learning disability arts organisation based in Glasgow, where I'm from. And they just do bloody brilliant things. I'll definitely be going back to them for any other projects as a resource, because I think that they are a really big resource for people like myself and Matthew. So, yeah. Oh.
No.
Yeah.
You talked about how people with a learning difficulty can be visible in the LGBT community.
Yeah,
And
it's
they
true.
don't have much of a voice. So if you did have a voice, and you do right now, what would you like to say to the LGBT community?
What would you like to say?
I don't know. I want to go into a rant again, but I don't know if I want to. I'm trying to, like, I don't know, like, I'm going to put it nicely this time. Yeah, just basically give us more space and let us feel welcome, like, you know, make us feel appreciated, make us feel as if we have value.
Make us feel valued. Don't make us feel part of society. Don't feel that we could just go to another gate people because we're not a part of your project or we're not part of your organisation or charity. Just make us feel, in these hard times of 16, just make us feel...
And appreciate our culture too.
Yeah,
appreciate our culture. Don't be throwing our culture under the bus. Yeah, again, I know I'm being a bit, you know, but no, appreciate our culture, because we've got so much to give. As Tilly Milburn said, we give things that you can't put a price on. And it is, I mean, I'm going to live by that quote until the day I die.
It's a good quote. I like it a lot.
And she's done a lot of work for Heart and Soul. And she's carved, and she's carved a space out for herself.
Her name.
Yeah.
In Heart and Soul, yeah. They've entered films into our festival. They're a brilliant organisation. Fantastic. Any more questions? No? Oh, I just want to, thanks to everyone for coming today, and thanks to Brighton Photo Biennial. So thank you, Celia, for inviting.
Yeah.
And Eyes Wide Open, and the LGBT Switchboard for partnering us on this event.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to Matthew for coming away from Glasgow.
Thank you. No, it's a pleasure. Thank you.